Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an after dark clean with me. I love in the evening just when everything kind of quiets down a bit. It's dark outside and I feel like the house just moves at a little bit slower pace. So I'm going to be taking advantage of that and just cleaning everything up. We have a little bit of dinner to clean up and just kind of the mess of the day. I'm also going to be starting to take down all of our Christmas decor. And while I'm taking everything down, I'm also going to be kind of going through everything and just deciding what things I want to declutter from our Christmas decor, and then the rest of it I will store away for the next year. But we have a lot to get done and it is already dark outside, so let's go ahead and jump on into it. I wanna hear you say that you only want me. So to start out tonight, I am just in my kitchen cleaning up dinner, cleaning up just the rest of the mess from the day. I am definitely going to be tackling my dishes and wiping off countertops and all of that stuff. But I love that you guys love these after dark cleaning videos. They are some of my very favorites to film, and they're just something that I do all the time at home. I always am cleaning at night. I feel like it's just so peaceful and calming, and I love when everyone kind of goes to sleep and the house is just quiet. I feel like I love them even more as my kids get older and just as our home gets even busier and busier. I really just look forward to that nighttime reset, and I don't do this every single night, but I do feel like I do it very often just because this is my time to really kind of set myself up for success the next day, help myself wake up to a clean home and not feel overwhelmed as soon as I wake up. And I also feel like I don't really look at my nighttime cleaning as a chore. It ends up just being some me time that I can have to myself. I usually pop on like a podcast or an Audible book or something like that, even some music, or sometimes I just do this in the quiet, just kind of let myself think of the day and think of how everything went and kind of what my goals are for tomorrow and just anything that I can kind of do better. I feel like that time is so important and just kind of have that peaceful time with yourself. So I really love to do things that I need to do, like cleaning the house, but also really make the most of it. And I feel like this is just a great way. I just do some chores that I don't really have to think about, and that just gives my mind time to think about everything. I also will say that a few years ago, I feel like I was always cleaning, and it's really hard to just not have the day-to-day work feel very monotonous, because it totally is. But when you kind of shift your mindset and really focus on what you're doing and the benefits that you're providing this way, it really creates a different feeling when you are doing these things. And I feel like I truly do have a huge pride in homemaking and just keeping a nice clean home for my family. Of course, they do help me a lot, and you guys don't probably see that as much as it really happens just because I don't always film them doing this. But whenever I am cleaning or cooking or just doing any of that homemaking stuff, it really makes me proud and really thankful that I'm able to do this for my family and kind of provide that space for them. So like I said, I feel like it is totally natural to kind of struggle with that feeling sometimes, but if you're able to kind of shift your mindset and just know that you're providing something so amazing, it will make such a difference in your day-to-day life, just knowing that you have pride in something that you have to do anyway.
Count the moments inside my mind, steep in the afterlight. Watch you watching the colors rise, summer twilight skies on fire.
So once I got the kitchen and dining table all cleaned up, I started loading up my dishwasher. This is something that I do every single night almost. It's very rare that I don't do this at night just because I love to wake up with clean dishes, and also it is our boys' chores every day to go ahead and unload the dishwasher. And so I like to have that done right in the morning, and that way they can go ahead and unload it before they start school in the morning. Let me know if you have a chore that you do almost every single day or every single night, like something that would just feel different if you ended up not doing it one day. Definitely for me, it is emptying out my kitchen sink and just making sure that all of the dishes are washed. Now, I don't always put them away at night. It just kind of depends on how everything's going, but definitely the sink is emptied and the dishes are all washed and cleaned.
Moved a lot when I was a kid. Hear your footsteps run to the door on the corner where you live.
So something that I wanted to mention to you guys, because I have been getting a ton of questions about my Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. This is something that I have been using for the past few months, and you guys have definitely noticed. I've been kind of trying it out and seeing how we like it, and I have been loving it so much. So if you have not ever tried it out, I would definitely suggest grabbing one at the store next time you go, or you can also order them online, I believe. But this stuff is seriously amazing. I have just been absolutely loving it.
You grow into someone you're proud of. Hope you get to hold all you deserve. Your life I'll never forget the sound of. I think we were born for this. I think we were born for this. I think we were. You and I were born for this.
We've been dancing through the world alone lately. We've been trying just to make it through everything. I feel so out of place, feel so out of place right here. I won't walk away, I won't walk away, don't fear. When the world shuts down, we can figure it out. Go on telling everybody that we'll stick around. In the longest night, I'll be by your side. Go on telling everybody that we'll be alright. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. Go on telling everybody that we'll be alright. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. Go on telling everybody that we'll be alright. Moving faster, slowing down at record speed. What matters when we're off our feet.
Next, before I started wiping down my countertops, I just wanted to kind of cut up my flowers that I got recently. I used to have these all the time, but it is really fun for me and just something really small that's very enjoyable to just have fresh flowers on our island. And so I picked some up when I was at the grocery store the other day, and it was so funny because I totally thought I was getting green and white flowers. And as soon as we walked out of the store, I was like, wow, these flowers are green and then the other ones are yellow. And I had no idea. I totally thought they looked white in the store. I'm not really sure that I love them at home once I got them like put together, just because they are green and yellow. They're like so close in color, and I just kind of wanted a little bit more brightness and a little different of a pop. But it was so funny because I told Kyle that when I left, I was like, well, I totally thought these flowers were white. And he's like, nope, they were absolutely yellow the entire time in the store. Like, he totally knew. But I feel like I do stuff like that all the time, and it drives me a little bit nuts, but it always makes me laugh at myself. So I guess that's never really a bad thing. And in the end, they ended up looking pretty good. I definitely think I'm going to try to find some kind of pop of color and just add that into this little bouquet. But for now, they are good, and I love, love, love having fresh flowers on our kitchen counter. So moving into our living room, I'm just kind of starting to tidy everything up. This has been not nearly as messy as it was probably last year because we do have our basement finished now, and I feel like everyone kind of stays down there as much as possible just because it is totally like the hangout space. We all just kind of gravitate toward that area unless if we are eating or preparing food, but it definitely does need a daily tidy. So I got everything all clean minus the floors, but now I'm gonna start taking down all the Christmas decor. I didn't want to do the floors until I took everything down because I know there's going to be a little bit of mess, especially with like the flocked garland and things like that. But like I said, as I pull everything down, I'm going to start going through everything. So I'm just going to put everything that I don't think I'm going to keep and I'm going to go ahead and donate into this big box, and then it will just be easy to donate that way. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling everything down and just letting my house breathe a little bit. And then I'll probably start slowly adding like regular everyday decor back in throughout the week. So here I was just starting to take down all of our Christmas decor and making sure that everything that I had left in my bins was something that I really wanted to use next year and not something that somebody else could use. And it's so funny because I feel like we actually got our Christmas decor up a little bit later than normal this year. Usually I like to put it up around middle of November, but this year it was like the very end of November or maybe even early December when I got it up, just because 2020 was so, I don't know. It just was a struggle for sure. And that's just how it worked out. And so I actually kind of thought I would end up wanting to keep our Christmas decor up for even longer. But as soon as the new year hits, I feel like I always just kind of crave peace and calm in our home. And so as soon as Christmas is over, I feel like I'm always looking to find any way to bring more peace and calm into our home. And definitely taking down all of the Christmas decor has really done that for us. But you'll have to let me know if you guys tend to keep your Christmas decor up well into January, or if you take it down right after Christmas or somewhere in between. There's obviously no wrong answer on this. It's just always interesting to see how everybody does things a little bit differently. Also, I did want to say I am sorry for not ever doing a Christmas home tour. I had every intention of doing it, and I don't really have much of an excuse other than I have been struggling with my Hashimoto's. I'm trying to kind of get that under control, and just 2020 threw everyone through a loop, and we were definitely a part of that as well. And so I think that was just probably my biggest reason for not doing a lot of things or just kind of struggling through different things. And so I did not end up getting that out. But if you do have any questions on where anything was from that I wasn't able to link for you guys, of course, go ahead and ask me in the comments and I will try to answer any of those questions for you guys. But that just brings me to one thing that I really always want to project to you guys and want to share with you guys is to let go of perfection. I feel like perfection steals so much of our happiness. I know that we always put these extremely high expectations of ourselves, and we also see what other people are doing and compare that to what we're doing, and it just is not always how it appears. Like, you guys might see my house as being very clean because all the time I'm constantly cleaning it, but that's 100% not the case. Like, you guys are seeing me clean it when it's a mess, and that's because I hadn't cleaned it in a while. That's just how life goes. So please don't ever compare yourselves. It's a struggle that I deal with. It's a struggle that I know so many of us do deal with, and it's just completely normal. But please do not put yourself under that immense pressure, because that is only going to steal joy from you and your family. And in the end, it is all just real life. We are all just human and doing our best. So definitely don't let that steal your joy, and just know that you are doing amazing.
Colors fill the space whenever you're around. We're illuminated in my room right now. There in your mind, deep in your eyes, I know you see it too. The more we break, the better way the light comes through. You and me, we can really mess it up sometimes. We're bittersweet, but I think about you all the time. It's addicting, loving something wild inside. A masterpiece, you're a work of art that's come to life. Don't matter if you don't get it right, just
So, being that it is the new year, I would love to hear what goals you have, what plans you have for the new year, anything that you want to accomplish. And that can totally be like a tangible goal, like you want to get your house more organized, or declutter more, or cook more at home, just whatever, something like that. But it can also be like a mindset goal. I feel like I have been really into working on my mindset lately, just because, especially this year, I feel like we have been challenged a lot in our mindset. We are all going through similar struggles, even if they are a little bit different for each of us. We all have our own struggles, and I feel like it's amazing and inspiring when you see these people that are just struggling with something so intensely, and yet they have a smile on their face and they're so positive about it. It just kind of makes you think, wow, they are really dealing with a big trial and they're still smiling through it and still spreading positivity. And here I am, just like down on myself, struggling with this, and my problem does not even seem near as big as theirs. Now, that's not to say that everybody's problems are not as big as each other's, because it's all kind of relative, and what I'm going through right now may be totally different than what you're going through, but either way, it's all great and it's all a struggle at the same time. But the difference on if I have a smile or not is due to my mindset, because in the end, that is really what's going to determine what kind of life we live and what kind of happiness we are giving ourselves. And I just feel like I only have one life to live, so I really want to make sure that I am making the most of it. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. So if you have a goal like that, I would definitely love to hear it. I am all about it. For me, I really want to bring more peace into my life, and I want to bring more calmness into my life. That has been a really high priority for me, and just kind of working on that personally. So that is something that I just really want to continue working on this year. And although I know I won't be 100% perfect on it, if I can get a little bit more peaceful and a little bit more calm into my life every day, that will be a complete win, and I will just be so grateful for that. So anyway, I would love to hear what you have planned and what goals you want to reach this year.
there's something beautiful about you and
I got a lot of lessons left to learn, but I'm not even close. Through my inhibition, I've become quite sure that I love you the most. That this could be the easiest thing if I'd let it, but I'm too afraid of losing it all. If I leave everything on the table, then you might break my heart. But I know a love like this doesn't come around every day, and I just can't bring myself to give up right now. Not this way, 'cause I love you and I wanna hold you when we're old and gray. Oh, but love like this don't come around every day.
So as I was stuffing our Christmas tree into our big Christmas tree bag, our Christmas tree is, I believe, 9 feet tall, and so it's a pretty large one. It just reminded me of like the cartoons where you just have like these endless bags or bottomless bags where you can stuff whatever you want in them, and it does not even fit logic. Like, it's not even real. But when we first got this bag last year, I remember thinking, man, we can fit like 3 or 4 trees in here. It's just absolutely massive. And it turns out that we can barely fit one 9-foot tree in that bag. It is just so crazy. So it always just reminds me of that. And it just always blows my mind that we barely have enough room in that bag, because it looks like one of the bags that is just completely bottomless to me. All right, I have everything taken down. You can see it all kind of hanging out over by the door, ready to go out to our shed. But like I said, this is why I didn't want to do the floors before I took everything down. There is flocking everywhere. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some on my shirt, there's some on my legs, on my pants, there's even some in my hair, and it is all over the floor and like the mantle and things like that. So I am going to do like a quick sweep. I'm gonna have to do a deeper clean, like a good vacuuming tomorrow, because everybody is asleep. I just don't want to do a super long vacuum tonight. And so I'm gonna do a sweep of everything, and I'm also just gonna kind of dust off all of the, it is late, I can't even think, all of the surfaces. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that really quick, and then I think I'm done. But it looks so bare. It always looks crazy bare in here after Christmas, especially like I do need to put some things back up. So I have lots of different decor pieces that I've used over the years that I'll just kind of reuse and put back up. Nothing really seasonal, just kind of your typical everyday decor. It does feel good, especially once I get the floors clean. It will feel so good. But there are sparkles and flocking everywhere.
These days, caught in a daydream, all mine, know you're my 18. This time, all that I know is I need you. Long nights, under the same sky, past time, falls by the wayside, rewind, all that I know is I need you.
So as I am editing this video, I am just blown away. I feel like this was so satisfying to me, just to see all of the flocking and just everything kind of left over from Christmas getting swept up off the floor. It blew me away how much there was, and I love just kind of seeing how messy the floor was right at first and then how nice and clean it got. Let me know, what is your most satisfying thing to watch on these cleaning videos, whether you love to watch the sink cleanings or if you love vacuuming or just washing a bunch of dishes. What is something that totally gets you going and totally motivated, and just like your favorite, most motivating thing to watch? I feel like for me, it usually is the sink cleaning, but today I was just totally loving the sweeping. I think just because there was so much on the floor this time. But anyway, it was just super satisfying to me, and I was just curious what you guys love to see the most.
All that I know is I need you. Where you go is where I'll be. You know, you captivate me. got that summer solstice kind of glow. Never wanna let you go. Shooting stars got nothing on ya. My love, yeah, you got it. All your glitter and your gold. Never losing your halo. Shooting stars got nothing on ya. My love, yeah, you got it.
So of course I cannot end a video without showing how everything looks in the end, just so peaceful and clean and calm. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one and I hope it brought some peace into your day. I am so incredibly thankful for you guys and being a part of this journey with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and do not forget to subscribe down below if you are not already. It's always the best way to support my channel and I am just so grateful for all of you. And if we haven't had a chance to talk in the comments before or you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a comment down below. I would love to get to know a few things about you. So anyway, thank you so much for being here and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.
Smash like, subscribe, click the links down below so I make it